Hello everyone, Dark Kirby 14 here, and welcome to more Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Sorry for the lack of intros, but
I'm here, figure 313. I'm basically here for just this last one. I can see all three of the new characters.
okay, so Kamek's what, a midway?
You think I can understand your reason for Pauline, but maybe instead of Funky Kong, maybe try some Kong they haven't used before. Frankie Kong, Dixie Kong, even Chunky Kong. Brought him back in the Mario movie. Have I waited how many years? 22 years back.
Weren't all the frickin' Kongs in that those frickin' Donkey Kong racers they made?
Well, Kong, Dixie Kong, Funky Kong, and Chunky Kong, but I don't think Tiny or Lanky Kong. Probably not them, or maybe not Candy Kong either.
I think, no, Lanky Kong I'm almost
It's
certain
not
was in
pretty much
it.
a spoiler now, since the movie's been out for months now. But, like...
Oh, well, also fun fact about Kamek, he was supposed to be in the original Mario Kart 64 before they
Yes,
swapped
I
him
know,
off
he
for
was
Donkey
replaced
Kong.
by Donkey Kong.
Wait,
This
he
is
was replaced
what
by...
happened.
Wait, was it Wario in the original build or Donkey Kong in the original build?
Oh, Wario was. But Donkey Kong Jr. hasn't really been in. When was the last time Donkey Kong Jr. has actually been in a game? Not a trophy, sticker, or appeared in Smash Bros. I would have to say Mario Tennis back in when Waluigi's debut. It was rare that turned Donkey Kong from the original Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. But we see Donkey Kong nowadays. Only three Kongs existed back in that or rare. Donkey Kong, Donkey Kong, and Donkey Kong Jr. Donkey Kong, that was the original Donkey Kong back in the old arcade. That kind of would make sense to have Cranky Kong besides original Kong. But
What the fuck? It just made me fucking hit myself. What the fuck? What the
why not
fuck?
bring Captain Syrup back? Captain Syrup from a Wario character. Bring someone like Kirby, Samus, Fox.
You fuck. Whose bomb was that? You almost hit me with it.
Rumor has it the Falcons have reached out about Trey Lance.
Why the fuck would the Niners do that? That's so stupid.
Oh, this role would they? Well, if they had a great quarterback on their roster, they could have been the next Dynasty's team instead of the Chiefs. But they have all the pieces, but don't really know what you have.
You don't even know what you have in Lance yet. He's played 2 games.
Yeah, you don't know what you have. And like he's played. Well, he's started 2 games, but
he started 3.
it's just like, well, did he start a game in 2021?
And Brock Purdy is another Nick Mullins.
Well,
I hate to tell you this, but Brock Purdy's being carried by that team.
Okay, I guess so, but Trey Lance turns out to be a bust. You know who the 49ers could have had at number 12? Micah Parsons.
Micah Parsons? But then you're then stuck with Jimmy Garoppolo, who's not taking you anywhere.
Yes, I know,
That's the problem.
They knew Trey Lance wasn't going to...
Not to mention Jimmy Garoppolo consistently gets injured. We'll talk about that, but then
if the Al Shannon or if John Lynch would have drafted Patrick Mahomes in 2017, let the Bears take Mitchell Trubisky, but Patrick Mahomes was put in the right situation. Cleveland or Chicago would have ruined him, because I wouldn't trust the Bears, who've never had a 4,000-yard passer, or Hugh Jackson. Even though Hugh Jackson, he wanted Carson Wentz, Patrick Mahomes, and Deshaun Watson. I said no.
Speaking of which, I still fucking hate Eagles fans. They're like, oh, if we had kept Foles, we'd still be good. No, we fucking would not. Please stop.
Well,
people, I have no idea. Like, and I think you probably remember some of the stuff of talking about back then. They wanted us to dump him off and trade for Marcus Mariota. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember. Like Chip Kelly wanted Marcus Mariota. It turns out in the end when he traded Nick Foles for Sam Bradford, he ended up winning that trade because Rams didn't keep Nick Foles, and he would eventually go back to the Eagles.
That's funny.
Eagles got a first-round draft pick for.
They kind of
turned into Derek Barnett, but the only thing he did was
he's basically
strip sack in the Super Bowl.
He recovered the strip sack. Brandon Graham was the one who did the strip sack. He's basically Malcolm. If you think about it, he's basically Malcolm Butler. Outside of one play in his career, he's completely forgettable.
The difference being Malcolm Butler was an undrafted free agent. Derek Barnett was a first-round. Howie Roseman has had many duds, but his downs were really down.
Yeah, he's had some. And that's the thing. That's the thing.
In the 4th round.
Oh yeah,
I understand wanting to pass on Joe Mixon at that time, but they could have had. They could have had Dalvin Cook,
Alvin Kamara.
Yeah,
I'm very aware. We got the one running back who did absolutely fucking nothing, and that still pisses me off. We got the one running back who did absolutely nothing.
Yes, one guy. Even though I can understand on passing on DK Metcalf, because I saw a video today. If Tyreek Hill didn't have those criminal issues in 2019, he was cut. If he was suspended, then they probably would have. That's what I say. That's probably why they drafted McCool Portman over DK Metcalf.
Tyreek Hill together? Oh my gosh, that'd be one of the scariest things imaginable.
Yeah, it's like DK Metcalf. I can understand. I can give Howie Roseman the pass on passing on DK Metcalf because he was injured and 30 other teams passed on him. There's no pass on passing on Justin Jefferson.
Not to mention, the concern with him wasn't so much as that as he only ran nine routes. He only ran one route. He was an. It's not exactly an inhibitor, but you gotta bank on the traits. It's one of those things where you gotta bank on his attributes.
You thought it was okay because Jalen Rieger's quarterback sucked at teeth.
Weird, and somehow Max Duggan became a Heisman candidate. I still think he should have won it, but whatever.
Yeah, it's like how he performed. I remember watching that Big 12 championship. I was cheering. I'm a Kansas State fan in football. Max Duggan, how they said Max Duggan had heart surgery 4 weeks prior to the start of the college football season. And he was only a 7th round draft pick, but not replacing Justin Herbert.
I don't think that, by the way, I don't think the future quarterback for the Commanders is currently on their team. I'm sorry, but I understand parting with Wentz. I think he's mentally fried. I think he's...
Yes, he's done now. It was Dan Snyder that forced the trade for him.
But the thing of it is, I think something's wrong with him. Not like in of his physicals. His physical skills are still there. But I think something's
he wasn't the same after tearing his ACL.
No, he wasn't the same after concussion.
MVP.
He wasn't
Fun fact, he has more MVP votes than Russell Wilson does.
Oh, the game is trying to rubber band those
I've watched a video once of a compilation of players that have more MVP votes than Russell Wilson does. Like,
yeah, but if also they're like, oh, if Wentz went down, we don't win. Like, yes, we do win. Are you kidding me? We do win the Super Bowl. We were the best team in the league that year. Who the fuck was stopping us? Like, literally, Bill Belichick would have had a mental breakdown trying to figure out if there's absolutely one thing that I know gives Bill Belichick fits, it's mobile quarterbacks. That's the one thing that really gets him.
Yes, and something about mobile quarterbacks. Not all of them. A lot of them are injury prone. Like, I don't know if Steve Young or Randall Cunningham, if they were injury prone, but Cam Newton was, RG3 was, and Lamar Jackson is.
Well, I think it's because of the way that they're using them. They want to have them run a lot, but not understanding the fact that it's a very physical game and
I
longevity is
thought
important.
like Jalen Hurts was a gadget. I thought Jalen Hurts pick was a gadget player like Taysom Hill.
That remains to be seen. I still think the Eagles benefited from a severely easy schedule. This year is where we find out a lot about this.
Player that said, "Give us," that tried to give us a rematch on fair grass. Wouldn't matter. Would have been the same either way.
You still would have got your ass beat.
People can make all the excuses they want.
You gave up 40 points to Dak fucking Prescott when he's looked like Pix McGee last year. That dude looked like an interception machine. Yeah, you gave up 40 points to him. I don't want to hear it.
Yes, don't give any excuses. Give results. You make all the excuses you want. But now this year, this is the year. The Chiefs
team is doing way too much fucking chirping and excuse making.
Yes, they have the excuses
It's getting to the point where it's fucking irritable, and I want them to fail on their ass. They get a fucking piece of like, no, you're not hot shit. You had to actually play a decent team and got your asses rolled. It happens.
It's
Patrick Mahomes is a generational quarterback. He will not be the first team that happens to. Not to mention, our running backs fucking stink. Our running backs are not good. No. Actually, our run defense stinks. Our run defense stinks. That's why we lost. We couldn't stop a 7th round pick in Isaiah Pacheco. Are you kidding me? Like,
I'm a Chiefs fan. If the Bengals didn't motivate the Chiefs by trash talking, I'm saying the Bengals would have won that AFC Championship. Would it have been any different if you would have played Joe Burrow?
Oh gosh, our corners against that receiving core? Hell no.
It's like
I mean, their offensive line would have been healthier.
You don't really need a top 10 defense to win.
Kansas City's defense was. I think Kansas City's defense was like decent. They weren't. They weren't a top 5. They were, I think, like 12. Their run defense was actually pretty good. Their run defense was 9th. The problem with your secondary is that it's inexperienced. I think they're going to be
more experienced this year.
Yeah, that'll get better with experience.
I remember Urinating Tree thought that the Chiefs' secondary wasn't going to be. Losing to the Buccaneers. Let me finish this before you say the Buccaneers was actually a blessing in disguise. It forced them to address their offensive line.
Mm-hmm. All right, this has been Dark Kirby 14. See you next time. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Pack.